What's up, watchmates? Welcome to Watch Enclave. I'm Devin, and today I'm excited to share my thoughts on this gorgeous blue dial Sugess chronograph. I've had this piece for about a week now, and I think it's time to give you my honest impressions. This is a watch that caught my eye because of its striking blue dial and racing inspired design. If it looks familiar to some of you, that's because it takes inspiration from the Breitling Top Time Deus Limited Edition, a watch that now commands prices well above $7,000 on the secondary market. At just around $100 from AliExpress, this Sugess offers an affordable alternative with a lot of the same visual appeal. The watch arrived in a simple black box, nothing fancy, but that's fine because we're here for the watch, not the packaging. My first reaction when taking it out was, wow, that blue is vibrant. Pictures really don't do justice to how the dial catches light. The combination of the deep blue background with those contrasting white subdials creates this beautiful panda-style effect that really pops. What immediately stands out is the colorful design elements. You've got the yellow hour and minute hands, that lightning bolt-shaped orange chronograph hand, and the red to orange gradient on the tachymeter scale. It's playful without being childish, sporty without being over the top. Let's take a closer look at this striking blue dial. It catches the light beautifully, shifting from a deep navy to a brighter, somewhat bright blue depending on the angle. One thing that's special about this blue dial version specifically, when light hits the watch at certain angles, it creates this fascinating bubble shadow effect on the white tachymeter ring. It's something you don't see on the cream dial variation, and it adds a really unique visual dimension that I've come to appreciate the more I wear it. The applied hour markers are simple batons with Lume applied. The subdial at 9 o'clock shows running seconds, while the one at 3 o'clock counts elapsed minutes when using the chronograph function up to 30 minutes. That orange lightning bolt chronograph hand is probably my favorite design element. It adds such a distinctive character to the watch and really stands out against the blue background. Around the periphery, you have that tachymeter scale with the red to orange gradient section, which is a direct nod to the Breitling that inspired this design. It's a fun touch that adds some sportiness to the overall appearance. The stainless steel case measures 40 millimeters in diameter, which is a reasonable size for a chronograph. From lug to lug, we're looking at 50 millimeters, which is actually at the upper limit for my 6.5-inch wrist. So keep that in mind if you have smaller wrists than mine. The thickness comes in at 13.4 millimeters, including the double-domed sapphire crystal, which adds some vintage character while creating interesting light distortions when viewing the dial from angles. The lugs are 20 millimeters wide, which is great because that's the most common strap size, giving you plenty of options if you want to change it later. Though I should mention the stock leather strap is surprisingly good quality for the price. It even has quick release spring bars, making strap changes tool-free if you do decide to swap it out. Flip the watch over and you're treated to a display caseback showing off the Seagull ST19 movement. You can see the column wheel mechanism that controls the chronograph functions, a feature typically found in much more expensive timepieces. The movement itself has a swan neck regulator, which is used for fine adjustment of the timekeeping. It's not elaborately decorated, but there's something hypnotic about watching the balance wheel oscillate, and the chronograph mechanisms engage when you press the pushers. The case has 50 meters of water resistance, which means it can handle some splashes or rain, but I wouldn't go swimming with it. Under the hood, this Sugess houses the Seagull ST19 movement, a Chinese-made manual chronograph caliber that has gained quite a following in the affordable watch community. To wind it, you simply rotate the crown clockwise when it's in the pushed-in position. About 20 to 25 turns will get you fully wound, providing roughly 40 hours of power reserve. The chronograph is operated through the two pushers at 2 and 4 o'clock. The top pusher starts and stops the timing function, while the bottom one resets everything back to 0. Let me demonstrate. You'll notice the distinct feel between the pushers. The start-stop has a firm click, while the reset has a lighter action. This is typical of the ST1901 and actually adds to the tactile experience of you using the chronograph. And before you click away to buy one of these for yourself, why not help out a fellow watch addict by hitting that subscribe button? Trust me, my wallet is already suffering from this hobby, and your subscription is much cheaper than therapy. Okay, let's get back to the video. On my 6.5-inch wrist, the 40mm case size is a good diameter for a chronograph. The 50mm lug-to-lug measurement is pretty long, but I think I can live with that. If you have smaller wrists than mine, you might want to consider this before purchasing. Despite being 13.4mm thick, it doesn't feel overly bulky when wearing it. The way the case sides are designed helps it wear more comfortably than the measurements might suggest. The watch has some heft to it, which I personally enjoy. It gives a sense of substance without being heavy enough to become uncomfortable during all-day wear. One thing to note is that because this is a manual wind watch, you do need to remember to wind it every day. I've actually come to enjoy this ritual. It creates a moment of connection with your timepiece that you don't get with automatic watches. Time for everyone's favorite part, the lume check. The luminous material appears to be similar to BGW9, giving off a blue glow in the dark. The application is good on the hour and minute hands and acceptable on the indices. It's not the brightest or longest lasting lume out there, but it's functional and more than I expected at this price point. So what are you getting for your money with this Sugess chronograph? For around $100, you're getting a mechanical column wheel chronograph with a manual wind movement, sapphire crystal, display case back, and a design that punches well above its weight class visually. Sure, there are compromises. The finishing isn't at the level of luxury brands, the movement won't be as refined as a Swiss chronograph, and the lume could be better. But considering that a comparable Swiss chronograph would cost at least 4 to 5 times more, and the Breitling that inspired it costs over 30 times more, the value proposition here is pretty compelling. To wrap things up, I've been genuinely impressed with this Sugess Blue Dial chronograph. It delivers a striking design, functional chronograph capabilities, and solid build quality at a price point that's accessible to most watch enthusiasts. I'd love to know what you think about this watch in the comments below. Would you wear a homage watch like this? Does the blue dial speak to you, or would you prefer the other versions? Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep ticking. Stay safe.